Alright guys, it's your boy New Teddy Era, and we're here again with Dave. He's going to be doing his deck profile. I know we've been putting up a lot of deck profiles up lately, but it's because, new format and we're testing out new things. So, do you want to say anything before we get into the deck profile?
What she said. Say that. But, not really.
No?
Nothing's on my mind right now.
Okay. So we're just going to get right into the deck profile.
Alright. Deck profile is Chaos Dragon, guys, if y'all didn't read the title. Starting off with 3 light pulsars. You gotta run 3. 3 dark flares. Good?
Yeah, you're good.
1 red eyes. 1 BLS. 1 dark arm. 1 chaos sorcerer. Double trade.
Why only 1 chaos sorcerer though?
2 is cloggy for me for some reason. Every time I tried to look for the second one, it is either getting milled to the grave with solar recharge or any of my light swarms, or they just don't get drawn a lot. I'll be in late games and they still be in my deck and doesn't show their faces.
Gotcha.
And then the 1 Gores. That's it for the powerhouse of the deck. Now the light swarm build is 3 Lilas, 3 Raikos, 1 Groff, and 1 Jane.
Okay, now I know in a lot of builds they don't run Jane and Groff. What made you want to put this in the deck?
Jane, just because he can go to 21. He's a good beat stick. And it's always good to see more light swarms besides the main 6. And the reason I put this one in is because there's times where you don't want to ditch Raiko for solar recharge. And it hurts a lot when you do that. So he's a good ditcher for that. And he's also a good powerhouse.
Yeah,
he's a
1850.
So that's it for the light swarms. Now,
so it was 8?
Yeah, 8 light swarms.
Okay.
For my 3s, I guess. 3 tour guys and 1 tour bus.
Okay, now another question. The tour bus, I know a lot of people do run Night Assailant over the tour bus. Now, what is your reasoning behind the tour bus?
Well, there's 2 reasons. One is the silly one is I was too lazy to go get the Night Assailant, but I feel with tour guy at 3 now, tour bus is more useful just because you can do tour guy, tour bus, go into Leviathan, and then when you ditch tour bus, you can get the red eyes you milled, or the dark arm that you milled, or the BLS stuff that you don't want to mill too early.
So in other words, like a monster reincarnation, but just to the deck.
Yeah, it's straight to the deck. You don't want to, since you have this deck is based on monster mash, you want to put stuff like tour bus instead of monster reincarnation.
Gotcha.
The 1 Eclipse Wyvern, I might bump it up to 2 if I decide to put more light swarms and maybe 1 or 2 JDs.
Okay.
It all depends how the deck continues to
show.
Yeah. 2 Black Dragons. It just to make a little rank 4 plays. 2 White Dragons, same, make rank 4 plays. And 2 Card Troopers just to round up my monsters.
Okay.
For spells, I run triple solar recharge and 1 charge of the Light Brigade.
Okay.
Double MST. MST, yeah.
MST.
1 Foolish Burial and then the 1 Dark Hole.
Okay, now with double MST, what is the theory behind that? Why not 3 or none at all? Because of Lila and Raiko, but.
Well, putting it at 1, of course you won't see it.
Yeah.
Putting it at 3, you'll see it too much, and it's too cloggy, especially against certain matchups like Mermills, where you don't want to MST their spear because they'll just chain, and I already know that whole shenanigans. I felt 2 is a perfect number, just because you don't see it as much, and you don't see it as little.
Yeah.
And you always need to destroy stuff, even if you don't got the Lida or the Raiko, just to
Okay.
go off with Chaos Sorcerers and all those big monsters that I showed earlier.
Gotcha.
So that's it for the main.
And how many cards?
40. Yeah, 40.
40.
I was about to say 42 or something.
32 monsters, right? And 8
8
spells.
spells.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was trying this card out, but then there's situations where
You just kept milling it, and it was
Milling
just
it,
like, why?
yeah.
Yeah,
and
gotcha.
then when I did draw out, I never had a remove.
Another
play.
card that I was thinking about, you could probably put is Magician of Faith, because it is back now. I mean, and yeah, it's slow, but your deck's already slow with setting Raikou,
That's true.
and a lot of people fear it, you know. So
We can incorporate
you
that.
mean, and it's a light. You mean? So,
I actually didn't think of that.
Yeah, I didn't think about it till right now.
Yeah,
Actually,
you know what's weird about that is that I'm so used to Magician of Fate being
being
banned,
banned. Yeah,
that now that it's back off the ban list, it just feels weird trying to run it.
right.
It's like me trying to play the Forbidden deck.
Gotcha.
For my Exceeds, my rank 3s is Zenmains,
hmm
Levier, Leviathan, Acid Golem. No,
Very
more.
generic,
Yeah.
generic threes. What about Fortune Tune? Do you think that will be something you'll put to recycle your tour guides, or do you think it's more better to have the tour guides in the grave?
I think now with tour guide being at 3, you prefer that in the grave,
In the
just
grave.
so you can remove them. When tour guide was at 2, Fortune 2 was the
Was
best.
better. Okay.
Because you can just put back the 2 tour guides and make up a different play next time instead of making another Fortune 2.
Gotcha.
For my rank 4s, 1 Cowboy, 1 Maestro, 2 Panadynamos, 1 Pepper Operatives, and 1 Utopia.
What's the reason being for Utopia?
I see a lot of people not running it. That's one reason I put it in, just because nobody runs it. It's still a good card and I don't know why people don't run it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there was not really a lot of rank 4s out in our.
Remember, there's still Dire Wolf you could probably put in for.
Yeah, but that's being used,
Right.
of course. You know, I had to do what I had to do with the limited
So
cards.
but this is the only one that's probably could change, right? That's the only one out of all of them.
I could say if I would have better cards like the
Direwolf.
Volvaturing, Direwolf, I would probably take out that and probably
Lavalval Chain and Dire Wolf, maybe.
Pepper Operative, just because Pepper Operative is not as good if it was 2 formats ago.
Yeah, but since it came out OT, it hasn't been doing anything.
Yeah, so it basically made its money and it just pooped all.
Right, yeah.
Speaking of that, I still want the OT one.
Yeah, we all do.
Shoot, Pappy's my favorite XE.
Mine is my stroke.
And for true, and for my 6 XEs is 1 a ton, just because 2 light pulsars and
It's problematic. It makes it
Yeah,
broken. Yeah.
basically you're doing a whole heretic combo with this card, but with light pulsar.
Yeah.
1 Gatling launcher, just because
Because you love that card.
basically 1 M7, just because it's M7. Dang. 1 strike monster. That's a lot.
Well,
and
830.
and
Guy
Guy Charger for the Exceeds.
Okay. Now, I know you was playing Light Sworns not too long ago, like a couple minutes ago, actually. Well, you was playing for like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And
2
3 weeks. Now, with Raiden and all that coming out, would you be going back to that?
Well, with Raiden and Maiden coming out, I might still probably stick to Chaos Dragons and try to incorporate some other stuff into it.
Yeah, because I think that will make some broken synchro. Star Eater.
I could still make Michael's Star Eater.
Star
like you
Eater.
said.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's another that other level 9 synchro monster.
Trident Dragon?
No, it's a
Like a stone, right?
Yeah,
The stone castle thing?
it's just a beast stick.
Yeah, it's 29.
Yeah, it's easy to build here.
Yeah.
You do Maiden and like Pulsar.
Right.
You have a lot of ways to make a good synchro build with Chaos Dragons.
Gotcha.
So I might stick to that or try out the Light Sworn build. It all depends on how it turns out when they come out.
Right. So I know you were saying also that you might put JD in here. We're adding maybe 1 or 2 more light swarms because you already have it at 8.
Mm-hmm.
So you actually do have your 4 targets. But would you add something like Aaron maybe, or even like another Jane or something, just to make the count a little bit bigger and switching it to like light swarm chaos dragons? Or do you think right now this build is the most optimal for you?
Right now, I gotta test this out more, of course, and find out. But if I do go more into the light swarm build, of course I'm gonna put at least 1 or 2 JDs. I'm gonna put Aaron's, and I'm gonna somehow incorporate the wolves in there.
Gotcha.
Just because the theme of the deck is to mill,
Right.
and you want to mill into something, and wolf is a good milling target for that.
Okay. So there you have it, guys. It's Dave. You know, we're talking about different decks, and we might be doing actually a Mermail discussion after this, because there's a lot of things going around talking about people jumping bandwagons and things like that. So we're gonna be discussing bandwagon and Mermails and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, it's Dave and New Teddy Era. Comment, like, subscribe, 10 likes on this video. And remember, in the description will be the Facebook group. So, see ya!